Oh, we are live from Tampa, actually, straight out of our hotel room. The lighting does not do it justice, but it is like gorgeous. It has this dim light, evening lights, all of the things. But yeah, still going live. I'm still going live tonight being in Tampa, and then next Monday evening, I'm leaving at the same. We are just down here, never been able to take a trip like this long before. But we're just down here working, enjoying like the sunshine, the warmth. It was funny today. We worked out at Orange Theory and they were like apologizing for the weather. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you guys drove all the way down here. Like, I'm so sorry that it's rainy today and it's like low 70s." And we were like, seriously, don't apologize. Like, we got a foot of snow in Iowa last weekend. 3 inches on Saturday. It feels like, I don't know, my best friend said it felt like 9 degrees or something crazy today. So we will take that it's a little bit rainy and not as warm as it normally is for them because it is much better than it normally is. But like I said, I come on here every single Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time. I go live to just talk about how life-changing it is to learn how to earn online through digital marketing. This is something that you can do with literally starting with no experience, no tech skills. This is not tech complicated. 0 followers to start, like not a freaking clue what you were doing. That was me when I started. I had no idea what I was doing. All I did is I found somebody that could show me how. I took their advice and I dove into the education and I never looked back. It opened my mind to a whole world of possibilities. When I found it, I was exhausted. I was burnt out. I was underpaid. I was an elementary teacher for 8 years, and I just, every morning I woke up, I would lay there and stare at the ceiling and be like, gosh, when do I get to come home and lay in this bed again? And I was wishing away to the weekends, and I was wishing away to the next holiday break. And, you know, the stress caused migraines so bad for me that most of the time I was coming home and going, like I said, straight to bed or throwing up in the toilet for the night. And I was just so sick of living that lifestyle of, you know, wake up, go to work, and whatever you decided to fit in that night, whether it was cooking dinner or a workout or trying to spend time with, you know, my husband and my dogs. And I coach club volleyball on top of that. So, you know, 3-4 months for club season, you know, I had practices after school, and actually they were late. They were like 7 to almost 10 p.m. And then on the weekends, I was getting up at 4 a.m., driving over 2 hours to tournaments, and I was spending all day in the gym and then driving 2 hours home. And I literally saw nobody. Like, I was so busy. It was insane. And I was just like, there has to be something else. Like, this isn't how I pictured my life when I was a kid. And I feel like it's crazy because we kill kids' dreams, almost, like it feels like, because we always tell them like, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And that's not realistic, but it is realistic to dream and want something for your life and build something for your life, because anything is possible if you put your mind to it and you build it and you make that become a reality. And I think as adults, like we grow up and we lose sight of that. We're like, no, we have to play it safe. We have to go to school. We have to get good grades. We have to do everything society says, or we're not going to be successful. And what society tells us to do is actually, it only helps us get by. It's not helping us find that true success that we want, that we're looking for. If we want to look back and really think about it, we're working so that we can live and support the ones that we love or ourselves. But now it's just turned into this vicious cycle of like, everything revolves around work, and we're not getting to enjoy the parts of life, you know, the parts that truly matter, the parts that we're here for. And we're only given one life. And I just think we need to put that into perspective of, you can branch out and learn something new and figure it out. I'm going to take a peek really quick and make sure, but people lose sight of that one, that we only get one life and that we can make it the best it can be. Like, you know, when I was teaching, I literally just kept thinking, like, I can't do this forever. And like I was saying earlier, like, I wasn't doing anything I had dreamed about. You know, I wasn't really traveling. Like, I was saving up all of my money to take one trip a year. Like, I grew up wanting to see the world. I grew up wanting to have adventure and have experiences. And all I was doing was working. And then the time I had off, I was like just trying to survive or laying in bed or rest, or I didn't want to do anything. And so it was kind of like, what is the point that I am working so hard for a few $1,000s a month and I'm not getting to enjoy anything else? Like, I was miserable. And I was also the person that I'm like, I do have a bold personality. I am very outspoken. I'm not afraid to speak my mind. And it's not in a disrespectful way at all. Like, I'm just someone who has that, like, I'm going to say what I think and what I feel and what I think is right. And in the teaching world, that's not really looked at very positively. You know, they want you to be the person who just says yes and gets in line and does what they're told. And I felt like I just started questioning a lot of those things of, like, you know, curriculum started to get really, really strict where I taught. And it's like, no, we have to teach by the curriculum. You can't go outside of it. You can't do this. And I was one of the people piloting the program, one of two people in my grade level. And the other person was leaving the district, leaving the state, actually. And I just kept saying, like, I don't like this curriculum. Like, I taught reading and writing, and I was like, this reading curriculum is awful. Like, it's not gonna it doesn't keep me engaged. If it doesn't keep me, when I was teaching at 31 years old, engaged, it's not gonna keep these 10-year-olds engaged. And the activities, like, you don't even have time to do these in our allotted time. And it's taking out all of the creativity. And they're like, nope, this is what we're doing. Like, whatever. And I would have one of my coworkers literally be like, Steph, just don't talk in this meeting. Steph, just don't say anything. And I was like, why? Why do I not get to say anything? Why? Because nobody else wants to agree with me. Nobody else wants to actually speak up. Like, we just need to say, okay, this is what we're going to do, and then go on hating what we're teaching all day to these kids. And it really blew my mind of just, you know, people want to, I know we want to feel fit in. Like, I know we want to, we want to feel like we belong. But also, I think people forget, like, also standing up for, like, you know, what they think and what they believe in, and going for it. And I just, you know, that box that society had put me in, I just kept feeling like it's going to explode. This box is going to explode because I do not fit in it. And so one night when I was scrolling social media, you know, one of my days, like, I just went home, went straight to bed, and I was miserable. I was scrolling and I came across this girl talking about how she was making $10,000 a month online, you know? And I was like, man, I wish I could make that kind of money. Like, as a teacher and a coach, I was bringing in maybe $3,000 a month. And that's working almost, 7 days a week when I was coaching full time, like well over 40 hours. And I started binging her content, and I started watching it, and I was like, I kind of know what this is. So I did some Googling, and I found out it had been around since the 80s. Digital and affiliate marketing has been around since the 80s. It is older than I am. I was born in 1991, okay? This business model has been around since then. But what's crazy is it's not taught. Society doesn't teach it because society wants us to become obedient workers, like I was as a teacher. And it's kind of crazy how it fell into place for me, and how I want to address this really quick. Hey, hon. Hey, how are you? Welcome. If we're here, drop a hi, drop a question, drop whatever it is. Where are you calling in from? Like I said, I'm in Tampa, so I'm calling in from Tampa tonight. I'm from Iowa, so anyways, I'm kind of getting off my rant a little bit. What was I saying? Oh yeah. But society wants us to become these conformed workers. And it was, like I said, it was cool when I found digital and affiliate marketing and had done my research and figured out all about it, because it was kind of like, wow, this like is something I could do, right? I can invest to learn these skills, just like we invest to go to college or whatever job we get. There's something we're investing in order to turn a profit. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just blanked. I could take my skills, right? I either was obsessed with my dogs or I was, obsessed with still teaching and coaching. I just didn't like the way society did it. And I can pack my skills that I already have, something I love, I'm interested in, I'm skilled at. I can pack them and I can learn to resell them time and time again, over and over again. And anybody can do this. And it was going to allow me to become my own boss. I could scale it. Now I knew when this girl was talking about making $10,000 a month that I wasn't going to make that overnight. Okay. It's nothing is a get rich quick scheme. Nothing is going to make you overnight success. It's going to take learning and it's going to take building. I knew that, but I knew if I was going to stay in my teaching career where I was going to be every single year, and what my paycheck was going to be every single year. At least this I had control of, and I could build it and I could scale it. And then I knew one day I would be able to live that life that I had envisioned for myself before society molded me into this worker bee. Like seriously. But literally I took my skills I had and I brought them to the online world. Sorry, I'm going to check, make sure perfect. And anybody can do this. Anybody can literally take the skills they have. It doesn't matter what it is, health and fitness, wealth, relationships, cars, Spanish, cooking. It can get even more specific, like pasta, homemade meals, you name it. You can take those skills that you have and you can learn how to package them once and sell them over and over again. Okay. And that's what digital and affiliate marketing is. It's picking a specific niche. Okay. You're going to pick a niche, whatever that is, whatever you're passionate about, skilled at, or interested in. And you're going to decide one of the core 4 ways to make money with it. I say one because you don't know how to do this yet and you want to start small and you want to start simple. You don't want to start with all of them, okay? Because then it's overwhelming and you're going to be like, this is too much. So after you have your niche, whatever it is, cooking, like I said, health and fitness, relationships, home decor, hosting, whatever you want it to be, you're going to pick one of those 4 ways to make money. And I talk about these every single week. Okay. The first way, and if you guys have questions, drop them in the comment box. If you want to say hi, drop it in the comment box. That is what it's there for. Okay. And literally, like, I want to chat with you. I want to answer your questions rather than just hear myself talk. So let's take this time to talk and do that. But like I was saying, you're going to choose a way to make money. There are 4 ways. I like to say the umbrella term of digital marketing. Okay. The first way you hear all the time, it's affiliate marketing. We see it all over our feed without even realizing it. We're scrolling and people are having us comment a keyword for certain things. They're sending you a link, an affiliate link. And if you buy through that link, they're getting paid, okay, from that company. It could be anything. So I actually grabbed this. My mother-in-law got it for us for our trip in the car. They're these wipes. And what's funny is I actually saw a girl. I didn't even know like these existed. They're kind of cool. They smell really nice. They can be used on your hands, your face. We have 2 huge dogs. They're chewing on some bones. We got them earlier today. Anything in the car. And they have like this little top that closes to keep them dry. And they fit perfectly like in a cup holder or something, right? And what's funny is these are from Amazon. And I actually saw a girl I follow talking about how this is one of her top 10 favorite products right now from Amazon. And I was laughing because I had no idea what the heck these even were. And then of course our phones can see and hear us, right? So these started popping up all over. Okay, I think we're back. It paused due to poor connection. I don't know what happened. That's what sales is. My husband is a salesman. He sells packaging lines, robots, stretch wrappers, conveyor belts, all that stuff, you name it. He goes into companies' facilities and he helps lay out a whole manufacturing line. And he works for a company, but he's the salesman, right? And he goes in, and if the company buys pieces from this sales system or from this packaging system my husband has designed, he earns a commission. That's the same thing. We're just taking it to the online world. That's what's really cool. So it could be anything, okay? Literally, whatever your niche is, 86% of companies have an affiliate program. That's over 107,000 companies worldwide that have affiliate programs. So there are so many to choose from. You can find some in any niche, okay? So that's the one way we were talking about. The second way are digital products, okay? Digital products are just like genius because people pay for knowledge. They do. They pay if you can solve a problem for them. You know, maybe it's a healthy eating guide. Maybe it's a 30-day workout plan. Maybe it is how to get your colicky baby to sleep. Maybe it's how to scale on social media. You've got a unique way. Maybe it is how to, you know, I'm just trying to pick a specific thing. But you can make a digital product one time. And if you're not sure what a digital product is, you can create a PDF. You can create a video. You can create a checklist. There are so many ways you can create a digital product because you've created it once and it's something you can sell over and over again, right? I'm going to keep going. Cookie recipes, pasta recipes, cookbooks, like I'm in that cooking niche right now. Your, favorite supplements, a diet plan. Those are digital products and it's something that you're taking, right? Something you already know that you're good at, that you've solved a problem for yourself or for someone else, and you're taking it out of your head and you're putting it into a digital product and you're selling it over and over again. Okay? That's what's really, really cool about this. Okay, what did I say? I said affiliate marketing already. Digital products. The third way is coaching and consulting. These are going to get a little bit more advanced. Beginners probably don't want to start here unless you already have experience in some of these things. So coaching and consulting could be like a mentorship group or a one-on-one. I have a tickle in my throat tonight. A mentorship group or a one-on-one. You could have any kind of mentorship groups. They could be like a small group of people. They could be a large group of people. You could do one-on-ones with people. Maybe it's a one-on-one, cooking lesson. Maybe it's a one-on-one relationship advice, and relationships go broad. That could be relationships with parents, grandparents, kids, right? Like that goes so broad. But you can also host communities for those people as well. So again, that's a little bit more advanced unless you already have, but there are jobs out there that have that. Like I worked obviously with groups of kids. I worked one-on-one with adults, parents, and I still waited to do those kinds of things and build my business. But I spoke at a mastermind in Nashville, Tennessee in September, and there was a guy who already had like a coaching experience, and that was going to be his main thing. He was going to do coaching already online, and that was his main offer instead of starting smaller. But it doesn't matter. Wherever you're at, whatever works, because all of this can build. And the fourth way are live events. So technically right now I'm hosting a live event. This is something that you could charge for. You could say, hey, I'm talking about this topic tonight. Grab your ticket and however much you wanted to, charge for it. It could be an in-person live event. Like I was flown to Nashville in September to speak. That was a live event people paid to go to, right? So Again, very, very advanced. It's something we can think long-term down the road. Maybe you never want to do that. Most people start with affiliate marketing. And the reason being is they don't have to create anything, they don't have to deal with customer service. They don't have to deal, with affiliate digital marketing, you don't have to deal with shipping, inventory, any of that anyways. But you can get your systems up and running and apply for affiliate programs, get your link and get started. To where, digital products and all those take a little bit of time and creation, but it's all about packaging what you know to solve a problem for somebody and taking that and selling it over and over again, whether that's affiliate products, whether that's your own digital products, coaching and consulting, or live events. But there are those core 4 ways to make money online with digital marketing. And it is so lucrative. It's not going anywhere. The world is only getting more and more digital. I don't know about you, but I ordered all of my Christmas gifts online. I avoid the stores at all costs during the holidays. And so if you think about it, people buy so much stuff online and millions of dollars are spent online every single day. So you should get your piece of the pie. Take what you know, take what you love, take what you're good at, and go out there and just learn to set up the simple systems and start making money. You cannot believe how life-changing it can be. It does take time. You have to be patient. Okay. But whether you're just looking to make a few extra $100, $1,000 a month to give yourself some breathing room. Some people don't want to leave their jobs. You don't have to leave your job to do this. Some people do want to scale it and leave their jobs like I did so that you can experience the things that you wanted. This is something that can be done no matter what it is you're wanting. Everyone wants to make more money. Everyone needs to make more money. The world is expensive. Life is expensive. And social media has made it so possible for us to just make money from anywhere and without having to trade our time for money. That's also the biggest thing. Welcome those of you that are hopping on. Feel free to say hi. Feel free to drop any questions. I've just been chatting about kind of the core 4 ways to make money online right now. And I talked a little bit about my story and how I found this and getting started and all the things. I'm kind of sitting in this uncomfortable plastic chair. It's the one that they give you over there. This one's soft, but the lighting looked weird. I don't know. Anyways. Okay. If you want more information of what I've been talking about, I do have a free digital starter kit. I put it in my email that went out tonight too, but you can comment ready if you don't have that yet. It is 12 pages. It talks about what it goes deeper and talks more about what I've been explaining. It has tools and resources to help you be successful, but I think people get really overwhelmed and I think people get confused and they give up. Okay. And it does take time to learn these skills. It's not something that you're going to wake up overnight and do. You're going to come across roadblocks. Okay. It's important you learn to overcome those roadblocks. That was the biggest thing my husband and I always talk about. When I would get upset when something would go wrong is he would say, okay, Stephanie, now instead of just wasting time being mad about it, what can you do? What's the step that you can do to keep moving forward? How can we solve this problem? And I think that's so true because I have so many people in my DMs that are like, Stephanie, I didn't get approved for this. Stephanie, this didn't work out. Stephanie, X, Y, and Z happened. And I just want to be like, okay, what can you do to solve this problem? Can you ask why you didn't get approved? Can you maybe go read their guidelines to see what they require to be approved? Okay, most companies don't require anything to become an affiliate. But if you're getting denied, there's probably a reason, and maybe they do have a requirement or two that you're missing. Okay? Maybe you need, this is going to be a job that you're going to have to work for free a little bit. And it's not really a quote unquote job, right? You're building this online business, but you do work for free until you start seeing the success that you want. That might mean posting content for free, which we already do. We scroll for hours online. We post our personal crap. spend that time doing it to build up so that you can solve those problems, right? So, share what you know, share the tips and tricks. That's exactly how you start building a business. That's how you start gaining followers, right? Like, everyone starts at zero. Nobody wakes up one day and is like, I want to start digital marketing. God, please, I'm going to open my phone tomorrow and have 100,000 followers. It doesn't work like that. I started from zero. I started posting on, this is obviously my secondary account I created because I can't go live on my Teacher to Marketer page. But I started posting on my Teacher to Marketer page on June 6th of 2023. I have now grown that 2.5 years later to 145,000 followers because I learned the skills and because I post 2 to 3 times every single day. I show up every single day in my business helping you guys learn how to earn online. And that's what it takes to grow the following. That's what it takes to get the experience. It takes failing forward to learn the simple systems to set up. Because once you pick a niche and you talk about how you want to make money, you can run your stuff manually if you want. Now, if you want to get into a little bit of tech, it's not crazy tech, you guys. It's not crazy. It just takes some learning, I promise, okay? But we're going to learn how to automate it. And that's when people comment that keyword and you have a little message go out. That's when you have emails set up to follow up about your offers, okay? It's when you start automating things, that's where the real money starts to come in, because that's how you can make the term passive income, because that means you can make money even when you're not working. Passive income does not mean you do not work, okay? Passive income means you can make money when you're not working. So yes, I wake up to sales. Yes, I make sales when I'm out to lunch with my husband. I made one today. I was out to lunch at, I can't remember what the restaurant was called right now. Farm Market. I don't know. It's right by our hotel. We went and ate and I made a sale and I wasn't working because I had put the work in before, because I have automated systems set up to now make that kind of money. Okay. But you have to remember, I've been doing this now for 2.5 years, but I started at zero. I started with only ever doing what I was told, never trying anything else, only a teacher education, bachelor's degree, volleyball coach. And now I've taken my skills online and I've built a 6-figure business online. I help people every single day. I make sales every single day. I have been flown to events to talk about this because of how life-changing it is and how it can be for you. Like, I really want you to think about right now, what do I want in my life? What do I see and what do I want? Put that in the comments. Okay? Put that in the comments. What do you want? And I want you to put in the comments too, if this is making sense. Like, is this resonating with you? Like, what do you want to know? Ask questions. Anything? I can keep chatting. I know I'm going to be off on my awkward time because I'm doing 6 p.m. here. So it's actually 5 back in Central Time, but anything? All right, that's okay. That's okay. What questions do we have? Say hi when you hop on. We've been talking about the core 4 ways to make money online. We've been talking about what it takes, all the things, the examples. Hi, I'm sorry I'm late. You're totally fine. I have just been chatting. So if you've got questions, whatever it is you want to know, hop on. Oh, I just kicked this. Feel free to ask away. I know I changed the time on you guys a little bit. I'm in Eastern time zone and I didn't want to go live really late here because I'm an hour ahead. So, all right, any questions at all? Okay. All right, I'm going to keep rambling then. I could talk about this forever. And that's another important thing. You want to pick something you could talk about. Oh my goodness. Another thing people get really worried about of like, well, I want to do this, but I don't want everything to be online, right? You don't have to post your whole entire life online. This is your business. This is your brand. You get to dictate what's online. You don't have to show your kids. You don't even have to show your face if you don't want to. I do strongly encourage you to show your face because it does help build that know, like, and trust factor quicker. I mean, if you just kind of think about it, if you're going to purchase something from somebody, don't you kind of want to know who they are versus just like this random thing you see online? It does take a little bit more. I get it. I get it's scary to put yourself online. I get it takes doing this to get comfortable, but becoming an entrepreneur is uncomfortable. Like learning how to do something new is uncomfortable. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. And I do truly mean that. Like my videos were super cringe in the beginning. I didn't even rewatch them. I won't let my husband watch them. And now I'm at a point where I will literally set my tripod up in the middle of public and film something. So it's just funny, like to see like something you were so terrified of become no big deal down the line. And the reason I push just showing your face is it does just build that confidence for you even more. Now I understand like it's possible to do this faceless if you want to. Again, it is going to take a little bit more creativity, but I understand if it's for safety reasons. I was a teacher. I get it. There are kids, things that can't be on social media. And I know that happens for adults too. And if it's going to obviously, jeopardize your job. Some jobs don't allow you to have something on the side, which again, society, crazy, trying to keep you stuck in the matrix, in the 9-to-5 matrix. But I have come across people that are worried that it would jeopardize their job. And so I understand that. But if it doesn't jeopardize your safety or your job, I would really, really encourage you to build a brand around you, okay, around your face. But again, it can't be done faceless if you're really, really adamant about it. This is not something that you have to, again, you're building your brand, and I know you might see silly videos online or dancing, but that's showing their personality. You do not have to dance on camera. You don't have to be silly. You want to show who you are and where you're comfortable and what your personality is. I do have a very bold, sarcastic personality. I'm trying to even push that out even more online. I had someone comment on one of my videos one day. I think I was like flipping the camera off about the school system and they told me they had lost respect for me and that, teachers are hardworking and yada, yada, yada. And I said, hey, I hear you. I'm not like dissing on teachers. I, was a teacher. I had the utmost respect for them, but I'm sharing like my story and my experience and how I felt. And I do have that bold personality. I do have it. And it's going to come out more in my content. It just is because that's just who I am. I'm silly. I'm goofy. I'm bold. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm too much for people because I just sometimes I will say things that are directly in my head and I will be like, did I just say that out loud? And I literally mean no harm, no offense. I am the least judgmental person you will ever meet, minus everyone tells me that my face sometimes says differently. But truly, like, that's just who I am to a core. And so I'm trying to bring that out even more. And even again, doing this after 2.5 years, I'm learning things about myself, my business, and pushing myself even farther out of my comfort zone. And so that just, it happens. And you have to show you and be you, and you will continuously grow. What I think is so cool about, this business is not only does it help you, start another stream of income for yourself, but it also changes you and grows you as a person. I was so trapped for so long of who I truly was, and this kind of released that, and I am so much happier. Like, It's unreal. I will literally sit there sometimes with my husband and I will get tears in my eyes and I will literally be like, I can't believe this is my life. I never thought I would be able to live something like this. And it's so true. And it changes your financial knowledge, and it changes the way you view money, and it changes how you make investments. Okay. We push our money to build generational wealth. We invest it into real estate rentals. We invest it into other businesses. We don't just, we've made all this money and go blow it. Yes, you see us travel a lot, and that's something that's really important to us. But everything else, we live very minimally. We lived in a tiny studio apartment until we were 27 years old. And then we got married when we were 27 years old. Like, we waited to, and then we got a townhome after that. So we got a townhome in 2020. We lived in that townhome for over 5 years because we put our money into investments. We just bought our first home January 10th of 2023, and then we moved in mid-February. Like, we are just now about to come up on a year of owning our first home, and I'm 34 years old. And so it's all about how you utilize that money that you're getting. I feel like I'm just like going off here, but if you've got questions, comments, seriously, drop them. Let's talk about them. You do not have to cold DM people with this. I'm going to just keep going. This isn't something you have to be like, hey, come buy my product. That's what posting is for. That is driving traffic to your audience and getting people to comment. We're not going out and begging people. I hate cold DMs. When people DM me about some new thing or want to do my emails or be a closer, yada, 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 I immediately delete it. I delete it. I'm like, I don't need this right now. Like, if I needed it, I'd want to come across you. Like, I would be looking for it. Right? The only time I've ever like DM'd people is when I first started out. Things were obviously slow. I'm posting content. No one's commenting. No one's messaging me. And so people who followed me, I'd reach out and I'd be like, hey, thank you so much for following me. I'd tell them a little bit about myself. And I'd be like, what makes you interested in digital affiliate marketing? I had time for those conversations back then. And I still, if you guys reach out to me and ask questions, I have time for you. I answer every single email, DM. But that was something that made me different, that made me stand out. Like, this person followed me. They're interested in what I have to say. Okay. That's not a cold DM. That's a warm lead. Okay. That's a warm lead. I follow you. I like what you have to say. Oh, well, I have time. I'm going to reach out and talk to you. Okay. But cold DMing is reaching out and telling people you have something to sell, and people hate that. This is not, this is not a buy a course to resell a course gimmick. Okay, that is not what this is. If that is how it ever feels, run from it. There are a lot out there on this space right now of, come buy my course and this can be your product and you can just sell it. The problem with that is, sure, you have it done for your product, but you're probably not passionate about it, interested, skilled at any of the things of that nature, right? And if you don't like it, you're not going to stick with it. You're going to say, I hate this. This is like going to my 9 to 5. I hate. This is just another thing I have to do. You want to take an education like the one that I recommend that is going to help you package what you love and your knowledge to profit from, and so that it lights you up inside. You should be excited about it. I'm talking with this girl right now. She has gone through the trainings. It's dark. The lights automatically, when it's dark, it like feeds to the mood. I don't even know if I said that right. Like, it's nighttime, so it thinks the lights should be off. Hold on, I gotta go turn on the daytime lights. Maybe. Oh my gosh, why won't they go on? They did earlier. Hold on. Oh, there they go. Okay. Not sitting in the dark anymore. I was like, there it goes. Okay. I'm working with this girl right now, and she's doing like quick and easy recipes. And she's made some digital products of like the mom that needs the quick and easy recipes, and she's got affiliate links in there for like the Instant Pot inside her recipes. Super, super cool. But she took the education, and they weren't like, hey, just come resell this course. They didn't. They're like, what do you love? Let's show you how to set it up A to Z. Let's get you going and making money on something that you're going to be excited to come on and talk about every day. Okay. Again, if you want more information, comment ready. Okay. Get my free kit. Get on my email list. You never miss a thing. I never recommend anything that I would not use myself, that I don't believe in. Okay. But I do not recommend that you come in and buy a course just to turn around and resell it, unless you're interested in some kind of educational or wealth niche. That would be the only time I would say that would be something to do. But you don't want that to be someone's business model, okay? That eventually will die. It will die. Also, the done-for-you courses, I don't like them, okay? I don't like them because you're paying a bunch of money for, yes, someone to do it for you, but then what happens down the line when something goes wrong and you don't know how to fix it because you didn't learn the skills? Now you don't know what to do, and you're kind of left stranded. And so I truly, truly believe in an education that actually teaches you the skills so that you know how to problem solve any issue that arises. And that is because I'm a teacher to my core, a coach to my core. Okay? But even if you took an education where you could learn the skills, I don't know if you know if there are VAs out there, things from Fiverr, people you can hire to help you set up your systems. That is out there. You don't have to pay loads for this done for you course to be done in 3 days. And then you're like, I don't even know what to do with it now. Or it's really just a done for you course to resell their course. Stay away from it. Do something you love. Do something. What's crazy is everybody has something unique about them, whether you think you do or not. It's just so ordinary to us because it's about us, but it's not ordinary to everybody else. There is something that you have figured out that you're really good at, that you solve a problem for people, and other people need to hear it, and you can make money from it. Okay? Oh my goodness. I kind of touched on that faceless earlier, and I know that comes down to not wanting friends and family to see sometimes too. And that is a really easy fix. If there are people that you're like, you know what, I want to show my face, but there are people I don't want to see this. My dog just finished his bone. He's really thirsty. I don't know if you can hear him chugging water over here. If you do not want friends or family specifically to want to see you, when you create your new accounts, block them. You can literally search people and block them if you don't want them to see what you're doing, to tell people, any of that crap. Honestly, most of the time, it's better if we don't tell people that we're doing something out of the ordinary, because you're just going, thank you, Maverick, just water everywhere. You just shook. Because you're just going to hear their opinions and it's going to make you feel bad. Okay? What's crazy is when you start going across the grain is you get a lot more pushback from friends, from family, and that's kind of where you see who your true people are. Because you're doing something different. You're not doing something that's in the norm, the societal norm. You are going to get more love from strangers on the internet than you will from your friends and family. And if that's going to bother you, if that's going to hurt your feelings, then block them. Okay, that is a very, very simple thing to do. And you don't have to talk about it. You don't have to tell them. When there are people in my life that don't understand really what I'm doing and they've asked 1,000 times, or they can't even explain what I do, and they ask me a question, I keep it super surface level. I know they don't care. I know they don't understand. And so I don't even like those people to ask me those questions. So whatever. Like, I'm doing me. I am building the life I want. What's crazy is so many people that we know are always like, how are you guys gone all the time? Doesn't that get exhausting? Like, how do you afford to be gone all the time? We're like, well, you don't explain it, but in our head, we're like, well, we have our priorities, right? We don't go buy the newest, biggest house or build when we can't afford it. You know, like I said, we lived in a studio and a townhome until I was 33 years old. I turned 34 this year. You know, we put our money aside for the things that matter. We don't have $1,000 a month car payment. We buy used cars. We don't, you pick and you choose where you put your money. And some people, that is having a big expensive wedding, getting married right away, buying the house, having the kid. And we waited for that because we knew we wanted to build a certain wealth. And I am not saying by any means, if you already have that, you can't do this. You can. I have seen people get out of 6 figures of debt doing this. I have seen people, single moms, stay-at-home moms, dads, working dads, a farmer who works 80 hours a week do this. And he has made multiple 6 figures. You can do this no matter what it is or what you want. It is crazy, okay? I have water all over my computer. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Do we have any questions? We got like 10 minutes left. I feel like I've just been like going on a rampage. We have talked about me going from a teacher to a full-time online income earner, 5 figures a month with digital and affiliate marketing. We talked about the core 4 ways that you can make money online with digital and affiliate marketing. We have talked about tons of misconceptions, things that worry people, things that hold people back. So if you've got questions, if you want more information, drop ready, drop high, like drop whatever you want. I know I'm not going during my like normal central time, so it's a little different, a little off. But I'm here for it. I'm going to be at the same time next week. What do you guys got for me? Seriously. Any questions? Is what I'm saying like resonating? Is it making sense? Like, let me know in the comments. Like, what's your worry? How do you envision your life? Tell me something. Tell me something. Hi guys, did you love your bones? They just finished them. Oh, good boys. Any questions at all? Okay. Well, I might end it a little bit early tonight then. So, I go live every single Monday. This replay will be posted shortly after I get off here tonight. I'll be live. Can you send me this video so I can see the beginning, please? Are you in my email list? Because I will email it out tomorrow morning, and then it will also just be on both my Instagram pages as well as soon as we get off. I can pull up your name too, but let's see. I have water all over my computer from my dogs. 05210. Okay. I have you pulled up so I can send it to you. Actually, let me type it on here too in case that goes away. Okay. I don't know where I was. Oh yeah, I will post this afterwards. You will be able to watch the replay. I also email this out to my email list, the replay, all the things. Grab my free digital starter kit by commenting ready, whether you're watching this live or you're watching the replay. Yes, I am. Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you. Absolutely. And just go, just dive in, just start. People ask me all the time, hey, Stephanie, how do I start? And it's by grabbing my kit and taking my advice, joining my lives, asking questions, and I will answer them because I want you to be successful in this. It is possible for you. It is possible to build the life that you want. Okay? Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. okay? Because they're wrong. You should never take advice from people who have never done what you want to do. That's crazy because they've never done it themselves. So seriously, jump in, grab my free digital starter kit by commenting ready, jump in the challenge, reach out with any questions, concerns. I answer every email, DM, whatever it is. I get back to you much faster in DMs because I can send a voice message, but let me know, okay? I might have missed this, but how is the Pack and Profit different from the Business Builder Challenge? Awesome. So the Pack and Profit is just going to be a little bit more updated. They always just take the best parts and then they add to it. I wouldn't say it's insanely different. I obviously purchased it because I was going on to talk about the next most updated challenge. The Business Builder Challenge is still available. But I'm just going full force into this Pack and Profit because they did pull in talking about the core 4 ways to make money online again, which I really, really missed in the other challenges. They still talk about, the simple software to use or how to do it manually with ManyChat. Still talk about like the ChatGPT prompts, picking your niche, all the things. So it's not crazy different. Like I wouldn't say you need to purchase it unless you want to see the difference for yourself. I have purchased every training Legendary has ever had. And it's crazy because I've gotten to then see it evolve, but also learn so much throughout the process. That is something I'm so thankful for when I started in 2023, that like I started with the 15-day, like old school, right? And then I saw the 5-day and I've just seen it all evolve. And I feel like I've taken something away from each challenge. But if you've already done the Business Builder Challenge and you haven't signed up for Implementation Day, that would probably be my next step. Like save your money on Pack and Profit if you don't feel like you need it. I don't think you're missing a ton of stuff. And Implementation Day is crazy. They actually only have one this month. It's going to be Saturday because obviously we have Christmas this month. So Saturday is the only one in December. They're having Implementation Day. We're live. You will see it set up from A to Z. They're doing a different niche every time. You can literally take everything they give you and be set up within the day. It's wild. It's amazing. So they only have one this month, and then it'll be I think twice a month. But if you haven't, I'm sending emails out about it this week, Facebook, all the things. If you just want to message me, I can send you the information as well. When you snag your ticket, make sure you scroll down and register if you do this. People are purchasing their tickets for the last one, and it was phenomenal, but they purchased their ticket and then they forgot to register. So they were super confused why they couldn't get in. So when you purchase your ticket, you scroll down and are able to register for that event. All right. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for your questions. If you need anything between now and next Monday, I am going live next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I will still be in Florida. So it'll be like 5 my central time. But anyways, next Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, download my free kit, jump in the challenge, write down questions and bring them. Again, people are always asking to start, but really they're only asking because they want to keep thinking about these decisions. Okay? Stop thinking, join, write down your questions and bring them to the opportunities I am giving you. I provide so much so that you can do this and be successful. There is no excuse for you not to succeed with me by your side. It's literally just you not coming to ask the questions or reaching out or doing the things in the trainings that I recommend. Okay? I hope you guys have a great week, rest of your Monday night, and I will talk to you all next Monday unless you reach out to me sooner. But bye guys, and thank you. Yes, of course.